Yes.
Yeah. Every single one of us walking to the DMV and get our ID card or a driver's license, they do red scan. I don't know if you guys know that. And every time you pick up your phone, or every single person here's got a day's month, and you take a selfie, you put it on Facebook. The facial recognition data is out there. Why not incorporate red scan, facial recognition, license plate recognition, look for joint terrorism, passport stuff, organized crime, people, etc.
The kidnapped child.
Kidnapped child.
They were specifically concerned about privacy issues and law enforcement collecting that kind of private data. And that is their specific concern, and they write the rules. You know, we gave them the information we gave them, and they had a reasoned approach and thought it out, and that's what they came up with, and that's how it all occurs. I mean, and every piece of legislation that goes through that process sometimes gets amended different ways. We weren't strong one way or another on that, but that's definitely how they felt. There were some folks in that room that felt very strong about that, and that's how the bill came out, and we're fine with that.
So I'm thinking about what you guys had said in regards to the battery levels. Is there a way to differentiate between an officer saying my camera died, or them just turning it off
Yes.
in the middle of an interaction with police?
The camera systems that we're looking at can record how the camera is operating. So if he physically turns it off, the camera actually records on the data what was done. It was turned off, powered down, and so forth. Or it also will tell you if the battery simply wore out the camera. But yeah, and that's something that we're requiring for any camera vendor, so to have that system in there. So it's basically camera-proof. And if the camera is tampered with anyway, that's also recorded on the camera itself. And so it basically saves somebody who's messing with it.
Just ever so briefly again, legitimately.
Sure.
You had mentioned earlier, Jason, someone, if you could repeat his name with the mental health unit.
Jason Renaud?
Jason Renaud, thank you.
Jason Renaud, yeah.
Thank you very much. Also, with the mental health piece, what are the laws here in Oregon that if there's a mental health family member or neighbor or whomever that you feel is mentally ill, whom is determining mentally ill? Are the police department, if you come in and you go, he's mentally ill, my name is Officer Franken, that person's mentally ill, and we're going to go in there and we're going to take that person out of their house and we're going to get them some help because Officer Joe said he's mentally ill. So whom is it that is making that termination? Is there a law that a person, you know, that's very concerning?
Well, let's clarify. First of all, there's no law against being mentally ill.
Okay.
There's all sorts of people walking around us right now that have some kind of mental issues. So there's nothing in the law books that says that an officer defines somebody as mentally ill and there's a charge or anything like that. What you're looking at is a community caretaking act, and it's similar to somebody who's drunk and we take the detox and to sober up. And the idea is, are they a danger to themselves? Are they a danger to somebody else? Or can they adequately take care of themselves? And that's what the police officer looks at when they come to a person who is having displaying mental issues. Are they endangering somebody? So are they a danger to themselves? Are they a danger to somebody else? Or can they adequately take care of themselves? So picture the person who, we get a call of somebody who's acting mentally, for the wrong term or not, crazy. Okay, we'll get calls like that. The officer responds and makes a determination. Is that person a danger to themselves? Are they going to step out in traffic? Are they going to try to commit suicide? Are they a danger to somebody else? Is he carrying a machete and wants to try to whack up somebody? Are they readily capable? Or are they so incapacitated they're not taking care of themselves from the environment? Like somebody walking down the street here when it's like 30 degrees out and he's just got shorts and a t-shirt on. Chances are that person's going to die if we don't intervene. Those are the kind of things that the officer looks at. And when we take somebody like that in custody, we're not charging them with anything. We're taking them to a medical facility so they can get help. So that's something to kind of clarify.
But the policemen can make the only question for clarity, they're the ones who can make the determination.
Yes.
So I call and I go, my neighbor is acting interestingly enough.
Yeah, but we're not taking somebody into custody because they're mentally ill, so to speak. We're taking to protect them. What it is it's an immediacy thing.
we're protecting that person or the public immediately to keep that, stop from what happening.
And lastly, just to make sure, you're saying that the policemen have that authority, that's who makes that determination?
They make a
how
judgment
to
call
get
if
there.
that person is one of those things. Is he endangering themselves? Is he endangering somebody else? Or are they just can't take care of themselves because of what they're doing?
Great.
We've had, for instance, we had 2 years ago, a guy died in the fountain downtown Portland last winter, or two winters. It was 2 winters ago.
Yes.
Anyway, they found him the following day, basically frozen solid in the fountain. And what happened with that gentleman is he drank himself into stupor. Nobody saw it. He walked down into Waterfront Park and took a nosedive in the fountain and died. And that's sad. But those are the kind of things that we're looking at to try to intervene to keep that from happening.
Thank you very much, thank you.
So how many people are on the behavioral health unit with the police?
The unit itself?
Yeah.
Let's see, there's a lieutenant, a sergeant, and I think 4 or 5 officers. And then they're also working with members of the behavioral health unit, ones that are, have psychology degrees, or civilians.
Do you know how many civilians are on that?
I think there's 3 or 4.
I'm not sure the number.
But it also kind of fluctuates because we've got a couple that works in the office with us, but they also work with the bigger mental health.
So it's basically around 10 people or so?
Yes, I would say so.
Have you guys thought of expanding that? Because that seems like that there should be maybe like 50 to 100 people on the behavioral health unit, because I know you guys deal with mentally ill people a lot.
At this point in time.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good thing to expand the behavioral health unit, because it seems like there's a lot of people in mental crises and that they need to be dealt with more with the with the behavioral health unit people than.
It's more than just a police matter. It's a community-wide issue. And a statewide issue is something that we need to deal with as a community.
Yeah.
Police is obviously not the whole answer there in that place, because we're here for the immediacy. That's, we're not trained doctors to prescribe and to treat.
And a lot of times it kind of escalates the situation when police show up compared to like behavioral health unit or something like that, like
Over the last
a lot of
10
people
years,
have
we've done a lot of training, both
Yeah.
individually for the officers and working with mental health community to try to build up and find remedies.
because a lot of people are intimidated by the police
Sure.
and have had bad interactions, so it definitely works a lot better if if you guys expanded the behavioral health unit a lot and actually like 50 to 100 people on that. I think that would really do a lot, and it actually save you guys a lot of grief and things that you're not necessarily trained the best to deal with too, so I don't know.
Promise you.
Go ahead.
No promise.
No.
Hopefully last one.